big Blaze.
Tied up, splits the double with 8. She's going to get a shot off. He's got
it! Are you kidding me?
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Scotty. I'm here with another episode of Stick Talk with Brian and my boy, Shane. Guys, how we doing today?
Chilling, doing well.
Pretty good. Not good as a Redwoods fan, but also, thankfully, not good as an Atlas fan either. So,
bro, we got to talk about that Cannons post, man. We got to talk about that.
Hey,
I never seen somebody so excited to be in second place in my life, bro.
I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. We told you we had a whole piece of the segment. I was like, I'm gonna tell you right now, Liam is in for a tough day. I didn't think they were gonna win, though.
Shane, I want you to remember, though, you were trying. Was it you? I think it might have been you who was trying to tell me like somebody's not going to be scoring 2-pointers on Liam Entenmann. I'm like, hey, man, speed is speed.
No, I said the one. I said that for sure. It was definitely Brian because I was there is no way. I was like, we're talking about. I said Marcus Holman is going to get a 1 on Liam Entenmann. You go Liam Entenmann, and I was like, he for sure is. If there's anybody in the league who can, and who else? I think not Matt Campbell. Someone else had another 2-pointer as well for him. But yeah, no, that was
Jeff Traynor.
Yes, Jeff Traynor. I was like, what? But hey, and what I say about Asher too. I told you Asher was coming different, bro. You can't.
Asher is a dog.
He's a dog.
But
I told you.
Before we start talking about the Cannons game, speaking of dogs, let's talk about the first game. It was Denver versus the Philly Water Dogs. Come on, dog.
Very well done. Well done.
Let's go. I was looking at how I was going to get there. I was looking. But
that was great.
Denver beats Philly 15-13. Unsung hero Dalton Young has 5 points, 3 goals, and 2 assists. What I did like about this game was Brennan was playing the way I thought he should have been playing the entire year. A little selfish, shooting the ball, hair trigger, and I liked it. And I think the Outlaws looked a whole lot better. And hey, I'll say it, like it's my fault. Maybe I didn't give the Outlaws enough respect because they looked pretty damn good.
Literally none of us did. All of us chose the Dogs. And rightfully so, based off of the last Outlaws performance. But there's one person that you didn't mention that we will now have to count into the conversation with every Outlaws game, and that's Graham Bundy.
Listen, I knew Graham Bundy's the truth. Graham Bundy, you know the Outlaws are 3-0 when Graham Bundy scores a point.
Crazy.
So that's
actually crazy.
So I'm telling you, I knew he was the X Factor. If you listen to me on one of the other shows, on the Mitchell Pelkey show, I literally said Graham Bundy is the X Factor because when he goes off, the team goes off, right? And that's kind of what happened in this game. Dalton Young did help, and also when Eric Law, that veteran experience changes the way everybody thinks. It changes everybody's mentality.
For sure.
Great.
For sure. You need that confidence. You need a spark from somebody who knows what to do, who's been around the block a few times, and somebody you can rely on to make the right lacrosse play at any given time. And on top of that, like they have so many good. The Outlaws are such a good team with so many good pieces. I think I heard one of the announcers say that 95 or 90% of the goals that they score are all from rookies, which is crazy.
Which is going to be scary, though. It's going to be like
crazy.
It's going to be scary.
I feel like
at them in a year. You want to keep that nucleus together, then.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I don't even know who. There's no names that even come to mind for this upcoming year to get drafted that I would say like, oh man, this person would be an unbelievable pickup for them. Yeah, dude, like that team, and especially when Brennan O'Neill is Brendan O'Neill plays lacrosse the right way. He plays an unselfish brand of lacrosse, but his skill set is still a professional level skill set. So he could play anything, honestly, if he wanted to, and do whatever he wanted, but he's not always aggressive. He's not always trying to make that play because he's not a selfish player. That's just not how he is. That's not how he's ever been. So I think it'll take some time for us to see him really like come into his own and really decide to say, okay, yeah, I'm him. I'm here, and I'm going to take over some games. Now, I still maintain the notion that no one man can win a lacrosse game. I still maintain that notion. However, if there is one man who can, it will be Brendan O'Neill, and he will get dangerously close to being able to. Just because he's just he's a force. 6'3", 240, moving like a deer. And you don't know where that ball's coming. You don't know where it's coming from. He's changing angles every single shot.
Brennan played the way I think he should have played. Like, I think somebody got into his ear. It was like, bro, you are the best player in the world. Why don't you play like that? Be selfish. Imagine if you playing basketball with LeBron and he refused to shoot the ball or refused to do what he does best, you know? And sometimes that's how I feel about Brennan, where I'm like, he has all this potential. He could score almost at will, or he could at least get a good shot on the cage. And prior to this game, besides that one quarter he didn't want to let that thing fly. But in this game, when I was watching, I'm like, yeah, Brennan's letting this thing fly. I think he had 8 shots or something like that. And I'm like, they're good. You should at least be taking 8 shots, man. And I think it opens up a whole lot for them. Is when it opens up a whole lot for the Outlaws when Brennan is being that aggressive guy. Now, there are a lot.
For sure.
I mean, he's already getting early slides, but everybody's head's facing towards him, you know, and they got weapons out there. So you look at Brennan, or too many people look at Brennan at the same time, he's moving that, and that's a goal.
It's a goal. I mean, Graham Bundy's taking that shot. Josh Sawada hanging around the crease. That man's got crazy good hands. Cross Ferreira is going to maintain a position where he's always going to be the guy that exchanges the ball really well. He just kind of is a simple exchange guy. I don't really ever see too much from him. And that's fine, because you don't need 6 playmakers. I mean, don't get me wrong, Cross Ferreira can sting it and can make a good lacrosse play. But, you know, sometimes you need a guy who can be unselfish, to be able to move the ball into the hands of people who have the higher likelihood to score. And Graham Bundy is that guy. Dalton Young is that guy. You know?
All right, I'm going to let you take this one away. I mean, I see that everybody in this TikTok chose the Water Dogs in this one. So I'm going to let you apologize to the Outlaws for us.
So, Outlaws, I rock with you. But to Shane's point, if we're making these picks, I can't go off my heart. I rock with my boy Jake Vicino's on the Outlaws. I love y'all. You scored 4 goals against the Atlas. How am I gonna come in the next week and be like, yo, we think they're gonna win. We just had to. Sometimes, you know, you gotta go with your head. Can't go with your heart. That's why I'm not good at picks.
But bro, what's even for me? Yes, we all agree. My problem was at the end of the game, they needed 2 points, and they were like messing around. Like they were not, like there was not a serious. I couldn't tell, like some of the times, like when they were holding on to the ball, I'm wondering, do you guys know how much time is left? Because like there was such a lack of a sense of urgency that it was almost like jarring. I was like, do you not know that you don't have the time that you need to get this goal off?
Speaking of that, like Mikey Sowers had like 5 shot clock violations.
Yeah.
You would think that Mikey Sowers is clearly the answer to like get the ball on cage or at least make something happen. But there were several times where the clock expired where he was in the middle of his dodge. Just like he took way too long to initiate.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I was like, watching them at the end, I was like, I don't like, is it just that they can't see it, or it's not clearly visible, or whatever the case was? I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Why are they not? Why there's no sense of urgency there? And they have the people to score to hit two bombs. They have good people that hit two bombs, and they just didn't. And don't get me wrong, Owen McElroy was playing pretty well, but I think a Zach Curry or two bomb probably would have gone. To be honest with you, if a nice little high to low. I mean, he had one to get it within two. Like, that was a great shot, great spot. I don't know. That was kind of like, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, Mikey Sowers getting 5 shot clock violations is a little weird.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was like a tale of definitely two teams. Because when Scotty was talking about somebody got in Brennan's ear, we all got to think it's Eric Law. As for people listening, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that podcast, the Knuckleheads podcast with Darius Miles and Quentin Richardson. So it's geared towards millennials. So like a lot of our younger listeners have no idea who I'm talking about, but they interview a lot of like OG basketball players, and they always talk about the importance of having a vet. So like having a good vet is the difference between being in the league and not making it out your rookie contract and being in the league for 10, 12 years. So I feel like Eric Law getting into it's kind of like that veteran presence where Eric Law talks, everybody's like, we're just gonna listen because it's Eric Law, right? Because then all of a sudden all these young players are all stepping up. Everybody's playing more confidently because you have that vet in your ear, like, yo, just do this, and it's Eric Law, so we're gonna listen, and it's somebody that we respect. Because the crazy thing with Dalton Young and Grant Bundy, and even Brennan in this game, so Dalton Young and Grant Bundy both had 5 points. Dalton Young had 14 touches and 5 points, shot 60%. Grant Bundy, 25 touches. 25 touches, 5 points, 50% shooting percentage.
That's a bucket. You're a
one turnover.
Bucket.
One turnover.
A bucket. That's
Dalton
crazy.
Young, 0 turnovers. Brennan, 28 touches, 4 points, 37% shooting.
How many shots did he have?
He had 8.
Yeah. Just wanted to make
sure.
So
I'm getting my shots off, right? Dalton Young and Grant Bundy, that one shot that Grant Bundy had, like the confidence to shoot that, like, dude think he back to Georgetown,
Yeah.
Like, you know, like there's certain things that you do when the dude is that dude on the team where it's just like nobody else can do that because your coach is like, what are you doing? Like, just catch it. Oh, yeah, casual. And I'm just like, they're playing with so much confidence. And I think it's that Eric Law effect where it's just like everybody's just like, this dude's in our ear telling us what we got to do. And then you go to the other side with the Water Dogs, just like you said, I'm kind of watching them like, it's like, are they being too casual? Because you have all these shot clock violations, and then I feel like they're just like, we're the Water Dogs. We made it to the championship. It's gonna happen, and it just never happened for them. So I'm just like watching.
They're also like 1-4 at that time, right?
Yeah, exactly. So like, because what were they last year? Were they like 1-3 or 1-4 last year? Then they went on a run, but it's like, okay, that was last year. We got to live in it now, and I'm just like watching, and I'm just like, what is happening right now? This is just weird. It's like,
this is not Chrome. This is not Chrome LC. These are the Denver Outlaws. Like, you have to literally treat them like a completely different team because they are.
All of them was in college last year when the Chrome was still hitting. So it's like,
So speaking of Eric Law just killing it as a veteran and finally getting the Outlaws to get right back on track, there's a team with a whole bunch of veterans not playing that well right now, and that's the Maryland Whipsnakes losing against the Carolina Chaos in overtime. Jules Henningberg, Rutgers legend, 2 goals, 1 assist, and guess who puts it away for the Chaos? Another Rutgers legend, and that's Shane Knobloch. So besides Rutgers being the birthplace of college lacrosse, what did you guys think about this game?
I picked the Terp Snakes for the first time in my life. Y'all had one job.
You down.
And it didn't even feel right in my face. I didn't feel right typing it. Like, nah.
I remember when we were making the early picks, you were like, I guess I gotta. You couldn't even say the words.
Yeah, like it's the same reason, right? Like the Chaos haven't played in like a month, so it's like I got to pick the team that played more recently. Then it's just like same thing. What are we doing?
Nah. It's so tough to make these picks because I feel like the talent between a lot of these teams is so thin. Where you're splitting hairs. And I was like, this is gonna be an ugly game, but the Chaos, what did they have last game too? It's the same science. Like the Chaos never score like above 10 goals a game. So why would I think they're finally gonna do it in a game like this? You know, at the end of the day, it's the team who has the most points who wins the game. And the Chaos rarely score over 10 points. So why am I gonna pick the Chaos? But they proved me wrong.
And it wasn't like the Chaos had like some world beating like they caught fires. Yeah, it's just like a war of attrition that they won.
I thought the Whip Snakes were coming back. They were the second one. I was like, the Whip Snakes, okay. Now they're finally shifted in gear. Whip Snakes got this game in the bag. And, you know, when kids from Rutgers get the ball to end the game, it's just curtains. GG's.
Anyway, Coach Shane definitely predicted that the Chaos would win this game. Lest we forget. Okay, and I had to really hold on to that because I knew based off of my other picks that it wasn't going to go well. Except for the Atlas, that would have been a surprise, but we'll get into that one later. I picked the Woods, and I knew what I was doing there, and I knew what was going to happen. But regardless, when I looked at the Chaos before we even looked at the rosters, all I could think in my head was Blaze Reardon, Jules Henningberg, Josh Byrne. Alone. You add Shane Knobloch. You add Geddes is on that team, right? Is that Geddes?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I don't know. Because even before the All-Star break, Jules was still shooting at 100%. Like, I just was like, this is a different now. And then when it all came down to it, shouts out to Shane Knobloch, first of all. Big shouts out to Shane Knobloch. But Blaze Reardon making the absolute clutch save. Easy save.
He's making them.
I was watching this game. And I was like, oh God, they're gonna score. Boom, immediate save. And I was like, I apologize, Blaze Reardon. I forgot that you were in cage. I should have known better. And then he made the easy, just calm, composed, clear upfield, turning into a perfect bottom left goal. Oh, love that. Love that. I was pumped. I was tweeting reckless, and I was pumped.
That's what we're here for. I'm here for reckless, Shane. I'm here for reckless.
Reckless. Because I knew later on I was gonna pay for that.
So I gotta ask though, Whip Snakes, I feel like at a point where the Patriots of the PLL, the team that like that's the best team in the league. That's the dynasty. Now you're starting to see them start to dwindle. Now I gotta ask the question though. Are they washed? Do you guys think they're washed?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, see,
Yes.
and then they're the worst team in the league. So, suddenly it doesn't sound that crazy again.
Yeah. No, they are.
You think they're the worst team in the league, though?
No, I don't think so. But if the Redwoods are 1, the Whip Snakes would be 1B.
I think there's 3 teams in the bottom right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say
there's 3 teams in the bottom, and then that separation is a little more is a lot more than the other top 5. Like they're the Outlaws kind of separated themselves a little bit from that pile this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows though? Maybe next week I might say something completely different if the Redwoods pull something off or somebody else pull something off. But I'm just saying right now, I'm like, yeah, there's 3 teams right now in the league where I'm like, you're not that good.
Nope.
And I can't even so of course, these are the 3 bad teams that I'm gonna say right now. We're gonna go, it hurts me to say the Redwoods, of course, but that's obvious, right? Then we go, I gotta go with the Water Dogs because I've been writing on names and how well they all are and how, no, doesn't mean anything now. We're halfway through the season. Y'all still only have 1 win, right? Yep. And the next one is the Maryland Whip Snakes. You guys, a bunch of has-beens, essentially.
Yep. The only one who gives me there's two people who give me life on that team, and that's Zed Williams and Levi Anderson.
Dogs.
Former Redwood.
After that,
That's crazy that we don't have this man. How
I'm
he
sick
could
to
be
my
the
stomach
game
about it.
changer for the Redwoods.
Could be. But again, back to the same thing. It's just like I don't see that his play style. He likes to get in tight. He plays like a taller, more aggressive Matt Rambo. Matt Rambo is on that left side getting into guys because he's like, he's a big old meatball. But Levi Anderson is just like a taller, more athletic Matt Rambo. So, and younger at that. So, I mean, I if you try to get him to replace Ryder, because he's not gonna like based off of Levi's play style, I don't see him coming out the box and being like super successful.
I think he could. I know you guys never thought that he could. I think he can come out of the box. Because like you said Matt, yeah. Because when I see him play, if you put a 92 jersey and put him on the cast, you would think it's Dane Smith.
I mean, they're both light-skinned.
I feel like that. I mean, that's part of it too. They're both light-skinned Canadians. They're on the Aubrey Graham delegation, but
anyway.
But this in terms of their playing style, because it's like they're super athletic. They can run through you. Good passers, good dodgers. But I don't know. I just feel like he has that opportunity to play both. But I see what you're saying, though, Shane, because maybe that's what Coach Nat saw, that he just strictly saw him as an attackman. Then it just becomes, well, we just gave up these picks for Chris Gray, was essentially our fourth pick, and then we still have all these guys. So yeah, maybe that's the way he was looking at it.
Yeah, just Levi's game just is so X up. He doesn't. I don't see him coming down the alley. I see him like really on that left side, really leaning into people, kind of just like playing like a more physical spot in like that 5-and-5 spot. Like I haven't seen his shot chart or anything, but I imagine that in that spot, about 5-and-5 from the goal, that's about where he makes all of his money. I don't even know if he can be able to shoot from outside. And I think all midfielders need to have that capability. In the PLO, you have to, I don't know if you have to be able to be a 2-point threat, but you do have to be. But even then, the 2-point shots that I saw not all of them were, 100 miles an hour. Some of them were like 93, 94 miles an hour. So you don't need
you're not scoring on Blaze. Like Channy, Blaze was eating Channy up.
Who you talking about? Me or you talking about him?
No, I'm talking about Blaze was eating Channy up, as in like the 2-pointers, anything. I had to watch the highlights of this game, and I'm just watching Blaze. Blaze's saves. I'm just like, I know these aren't easy saves, but Blaze being Blaze, just doing what he does best.
He's just so composed. It's almost like he's just unrattleable. You cannot get into his like psyche. He's just
word. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Unrattleable.
Well, yeah, unrattleable.
You put that on a hat. Put that on a hat. But
I should.
It would really be a dream if we kept Levi Anderson. When I say we, I mean the Redwoods kept Levi Anderson and had him ball out for the Redwoods and like had a hell of a year. But that's only a dream. But some people came back to reality this weekend, and that's the New York Atlas.
What a segue.
Yeah, man. The New York
tier.
You've been watching ESPN taking notes, man.
I have been.
Segue artist, dude.
I was watching Get Up this morning. I was like, yo, I can do this, bro.
I can do that.
But anyway, the New York Atlas lost to the Boston Cannon 17-12. Marcus, the man, myth, legend himself, 5 points, 3 goals, and 1 2-pointer against Liam Entenmann. Shane, you see this coming or not?
How do I put this? Never in my life would I have bet. If I was a betting man and I put money on this, I would have lost everything I own. I never would have thought that the Atlas were going to lose this game. I was actually surprised. And not only lose, but lose by a significant margin too. That was crazy. I was over here thinking when we had Stick Talk last week, and I said, yeah, it's gonna be, I think I said 9-7 Atlas. And you were like, 9-7? It was like, it's gonna be way more than that. And I thought, it could be, but I'm gonna say 9-7. And lo and behold, we were all so wrong by so badly. Dude,
I don't
that
know
is
what happened to them, but now we realize like this team is beatable. I know they lost against the Maryland Whipsnakes. That's the parody, right? That's the word that Brian taught me is parody. It's not parody, but parody.
Yeah.
But this is when I think people come back to earth and they realize it's like the Atlas aren't that much better than every other team in the league. They're 4-2 now, and you know who else is 4-2?
The Cannons.
The Cannons now, and if I'm looking at taking this game at face value, who am I going to say is the best team in the league right now, especially after this weekend?
The Atlas.
All right, Brian, I'm gonna give you a moment here, dude. Okay,
they're 1-1, right? They're 1-1.
Yeah, because when they play early in the season, that's how bad the Atlas beat the Cannons.
But at that point in time, you could be like the Atlas are the better team. But like at this point in time, I'm gonna say
I would still say the Atlas actually. And the reason I'll say that is because of Liam Entenmann's real first welcome to the league moment was this game. And I will allow him to get his to get punched in the mouth as he should, as every rookie should, by vets, a vet in Asher, a vet in Marcus Holman. Like as we said last week, Marcus Holman Liam Entenmann ain't never seen shooting like Marcus Holman before. That man was under stress all game because the guys that they have on that Cannons team are ridiculous. Now, the only thing that would have saved him, probably would have gotten his confidence up, is if Pat Cavanaugh was on that team. And if Pat Cavanaugh had shot on him, they'd be like, okay, yeah, I know what I'm doing here. I'm good. But no.
I mean, so Brian, as Mr. Atlas himself, Upstate Bulls, what are you doing if you're a coach? Are you still with Entenmann? Or are you like, wait, Trout, like there was no reason for us to take you out?
No, I think it's definitely still Entenmann job. It was interesting because the first half, back and forth, anybody's game. Like it's just one of those weird games because it's like, all right, cool. Jeff Trainer gives you 4 points. I don't think that you expecting Jeff Trainer, who's really good, and I think he's one of those guys who really is like a two-way guy, gives you 4 points. I think Gavin Adler did really well on Asher because Asher had 20 touches. So that's probably 4, 5, 6, 7 less touches than he normally gets, 3 turnovers, 3 points. So I feel like he had a really solid game. So you guys were right. Marcus Holman went off, and I will say I was wrong. So I thought the way the 17-12, if I knew that was a score, I'd be like, oh yeah, Atlas won. But then it got weird in that third quarter because it's like, so I'll give the Cannons defense credit, right? Bryce Young, Ethel played well. And I'll say it forever. Like I think caused turnovers are the most overrated stat for a defenseman. And I hate when that's always the thing where it's like, because I know people are like, oh, Ethel's a 2-time defensive player of the year now because he had 5 to cause turnovers or whatever. So like I feel like it doesn't matter. And I think he's been in some of the better players that have played well against them. This was that first game though with Jeff T, where it's just like the cause turnovers in this respect mattered, that it flustered Jeff Teat enough, and it kind of threw off their offense because Jeff Teat wasn't playing well. Shelley kind of disappeared, and Xander Dixon had 11 touches. So that was the problem where it's like nobody's been able to stop their attack. So then the midfield starts to kind of do too much because Brian Constable had 32 touches. I don't know.
Brian Constable was the top scorer on that team.
Yeah, and he played well, but it's just like I don't know if he needs to have the second most touches. I agree. Just in terms of how their offense is running, because they run through the attack, and with them kind of smothering the Atlas attack, it was just like everybody else was kind of just like I'm gonna step up, which they kind of did because Costi played well, Miles Jones played well, Logan McGovern he stepped up, but it was always just that thing where it's just like they just never, even when you're running out of the midfield though, and the attack's not really doing anything with their touches, it's still helter skelter. Where it's like, okay, goal Costa Bill, goal Miles, goal McGovern, 3 or 4 kind of weird passes. Because I'm watching it, honestly, it gave me shades of like the early season of Syracuse, where you have these guys that all can pass, but there's just a couple passes where you're just like punching the air because they're just trying to make that extra pass, and just like, no, just put the ball in the back of the cage, and it just throw off their entire offense. And just whatever reason, that third quarter, something just happened where it's just like everybody was just kind of just thrown off, and it's still crazy too because what Trevor faced off at 75%, and they still lost by 5.
Yeah.
Like it was just I think it was just that thing where it's like, do I still think the Atlas are the best team in the league? Yes. They had a really, really, really good defensive game. And I think nobody's just been able to do that.
So I never watch defense. I don't care about defense, but the Cannons playing defense on the Atlas stuck out to me. And I hate to say it again because it's another previous Redwoods player. Garrett Epple had a damn day. And
he did. I'm not going front. He played great, and it just caused turnovers mattered.
And a lot of it was
first player this year to put the best player in the league on smash. The first player to do it this year. I'll give him his credit. He had his what JT did the RP3. Like he's done what Gavin Adler's done to Zed, and he's done to Asher. Like he had that game where it's like, okay, I'm that dude, and it threw the entire Atlas offense off. Credit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm not a hater.
That Garrett Epple was playing like that. I mean, I watched the highlights of the game after the fact too, and just Garrett had Teet's number. But another thing that stuck out to me was death by twos. When the Cannons had 3 2s in a row. And I feel like a 2-pointer, 1 2-pointer is a momentum killer. 2 2-pointer is like, oh, this is over. And 3 2-pointers in a row is the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
The demoralization.
Connor Kirst had that third one.
Rutgers legend. And the demoralization you feel after that third 2-pointer, it's hard to come back from. And
yeah, that's a great point.
And you know,
especially for a young goalie.
Yes. So exactly. So this is when you start to see goalies get inside their own head, because there's no way in God's name you would ever think 3 2-pointers in a row would ever go in on Liam Entenmann. But there's also a time when you think like no player would ever be able to score that often on Brett Dobson in one quarter. But I feel like you start to notice that these people are people also, and they sometimes get inside their own head.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's one of these moments, man, where
it happens, right? It's like when people always are weird with kickers when they miss. It's like you realize there's 2 people in the stadium that can kick this, right? It's the kicker that missed and the kicker on the other team, right? It's like let them do their thing. Like it happens, like the ebbs and flows of having that very specialized position.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the game that surprised me the most. Definitely was.
I was wrong.
I'll take everybody, not a single person, I think, would have guessed that the Atlas were going to lose that game.
I'm curious.
I thought it was going to be close. I just didn't think they were going to lose.
I'm curious to see what the narrative is now. Like, I know the New York Atlas has a whole a bigger score differential and all that, but if the Cannons win next week and the Atlas lose next week, that changes the whole narrative of the league right now. So
good thing the Atlas played a water dog.
Yeah, but once again, you don't get comfortable because the Atlas lost to the Maryland Whipsnakes, bro.
Very true.
And the Boston Cannons lost against the California Redwoods.
Yep. And
the California Redwoods lost this weekend, of course, against the Utah Archers.
Wow. Hey, that's good. That's good. He's getting so good at those, man.
Hey, man.
and by the way,
I
How do
have
y'all
I have our
feel?
timer.
Talk to me, Redwoods fans. Talk to me, Redwoods
I
fans. How
have
do
our
y'all feel?
timer. I have our timer on, dude. We are killing it with the time today too.
I love it.
So Utah Archers absolutely smoked the Redwoods 15-8. Matt Moore finally out of his slump, 6 points, one 3-pointer three goals with 1 2-pointer and 2 assists. And Rob Pennell comes out of retirement with 5 points, 4 goals, 1 assist, but clearly was not enough for the Redwoods. And now this is when I start to cry because, dude, this is unbelievable. 8 goals in 1 game, 15, and having 15 scored on you. It's like I can't pick out a bright point about the Redwoods right now. And
No.
as much as
I
I
got
being a blind loyal fan, I'm also able to look at the other side of it and be like, dog, we are ass right now.
that's putting it lightly.
If somebody
We got little brothered.
I don't have anything good to say about the Redwoods right now. As much as I would love to find it, I don't have anything to say because even when the Redwoods were scoring, I was kind of like, the game's already over. This goal doesn't mean anything. You know? It's just, it's nice to see that Rob Pennell played well. But in a game like this where it wasn't even close, it's like, I don't know what to tell you, man.
But even then, though, it's like is it playing well to the detriment of the rest of the team? Because he had 43 touches, then Ryder had 34. So does it become the I'm just gonna get mine, and we're scoring where it's just like I always do the cross references, and I feel like I show my age. But like the Monta Ellis thing, right? When Monta Ellis played for the Warriors before they were good, like I'm not gonna win, but I had 35. So it's
Monta Ellis, bro. Who was the other guard with Monta Ellis? Another
Baron
guard.
Davis.
Who was
it? That was
Who was it?
It was
Baron
Bone
Davis?
Bizzle. Yeah, it was Baron Davis, I think.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Baron Davis. It was Baron Davis was nasty, but there was another light skinned guard with Monta Ellis.
Oh, you meant light skin. Yeah, Baron Davis is not light skin.
No.
I gotta look. I'm gonna look this up while we're talking.
That's
but yeah, so like that's like what I'm thinking. I'm like, is it like, yeah, he got his points, but he had 11 shots. Charlie Bertrand had 8, and then it's like Westberg had 3, Ryder had 3, Ryan Tierney had 3. Everybody else has 1. Oh, Romar had 4. So it's like I'm getting my shots off with the because and I'm not saying it to pick on him. It's just like the rest of the offense though is like it's just something's not clicking
at all.
This is what scares me about the Redwoods, right? I feel like a lot of the teams have a midi who they could rely on to get a bucket almost at will, right?
Yeah.
Like the Archers, they have Tom Schreiber, or the Water Dogs have Connor Kelly, and like the Atlas have Miles Jones who can make nothing out of something out of nothing. You know, there's all these guys. I'm not even
and Costa.
And Costabile. I'm not even naming the best dudes right now, but there are always these middies who can create something and just at least get a shot off. And when I'm looking at the middies on the Redwoods, I'm like, none of these dudes are those creators. We have to get the ball all the way down to the attack, man. Let them hold the ball for 5 seconds, set up their man, and try to get a goal. And that's, I feel like, not the most efficient way to be playing in the league.
No.
And
I mean,
Romar,
yeah.
I need some Romar, but
yeah, dude, we can't be successful with him with Romar only having 15 touches and 4 shots. That to me is a symptom of stagnant offense. If Romar Dennis is only getting 4 shots and he's not able to hit any of them, which means that now Romar can create a lot of his own shots, but maybe we need to put him in a position where he's almost like a Graham Bundy, where he's just standing at the second
catch and shoot
catch and shoot. Like he can do that. And then Brian Tevlin is, he can play basically anything he wants to in the lacrosse field. Nakai Montgomery, definitely need more from him too. I mean, like he was such an automatic bucket at Duke. Guaranteed high to low, just at least 2 to 3 goals a game. and now he's just kind of like nowhere to be found. And I really, really, really rock with Nakai as a player. I like his play style. I like his game. I like his ability to play lacrosse, but like I'm just not seeing it. And then Charlie Bertrand having 2 goals, shouts out to him, but Charlie Bertrand cannot be the guy on that team. No disrespect to
so?
Charlie, but it's just nah. Charlie Bertrand cannot be the guy.
He's from I said that one out because he's from Syracuse, so my Syracuse bias is going to come out. So I'll let you have that.
I mean, there was a time when I was like, "Yo, see, Birdie might be that guy." He had that 1 year where he was going off, but
I think he is though. But it's the same thing. The offense is just like everything that Shane said because like Alex Simmons, my Syracuse fandom aside, like we activate him, 14 touches. Like something's got to be figured out because even did Boyle say it? Like I would give Ricky Miezon some runs.
yeah.
I mean, at least Ricky Miezon's going to go
gotta-
downhill and get a good shot. Like he's going to get a 95, 96, 98 miles an hour shot that give him a look. I'm not saying that he's going to, but like give him a look.
We said
you know what I'm saying?
We said this, I think, a couple weeks ago about they got to throw the sink, bro. Like
they got to.
Let
Ricky
Miezon go. Shit. Like Like you
Alex Simmons, get your
do.
shots. Like something's gotta give because you just looking at the discrepancies. So then you go over to like the Archers. So Matt Moore 30 touches. So they still gave him his touches coming out of the slump. Tom Schreiber 31 touches. Connor Fields 29. Grant had 38. Ryan Amberler had 18. You see this is different in their touches now, right? Because you go to the Redwoods, Pinnell has 43. The next person has 5, 6, 7 less touches. And it's how much more evenly the Archers offense is. And just like Shane said, your stagnant offense, team offense, not just one player.
Yeah. Well, Tom Schreiber, when I was watching this game, I'm like, yeah, Tom Schreiber, him. Because
Schreiberian.
Schreiberian. Some of the things he does on the field, I'm like, I don't know how this works. Like, even when he shoots on the run where he's slightly fading away from the net with his left or right, just pinning a corner, I'm like, that's a trademark bucket from Tom Schreiber. And some of the passes he threw too. I know he would like if Tom Schreiber was throwing me a pass, and it was right to my box, I know I'd miss it because I'd be too amazed.
You'd be stunned. You'd be like, how did you get it to my stick so perfectly?
Absolutely.
You'd be like, this is like, it would almost be better if it was like outside of your box. You had to reach for it. Yep. But it's like, it's jarring when you get such a good pass so fast. You're like, oh, all right.
Like, don't mess this up.
Yeah. Like, dang, all right.
Yeah, I've been there before several times. Don't worry.
Yeah. It's actually crazy. You're like, oh, I did not expect this to be so good.
It's like being too wide open on a layup. It's like,
don't mess this up, bro. Don't mess this up. Yeah, you're like, oh God. It's interesting. I think like you said, it was like having attackmen being the primary source of ball handling. Like, I think there's something to be said about PLO offense going from high to low, like, and then off of an initial shot off of the ball coming out of bounds, then you go low to high and start from there. I think like there has to be some sort of like formula there. And I think like right now Redwoods offense is really, really dedicated to getting the ball to attackmen first and allowing the attackmen to create. But like, again, you have good midfielders, but they're just not being like really activated. Like, and I think Romar's, shot, 0 for 4 off of 15 touches, 10 passes with a turnover. 2 of them were shots on goal. Like, nah, that's a symptom to me of a stagnant offense. Let this man go.
I mean,
Let this man go.
It's pretty bad out here. But you know what else is bad? My pick'em picks, dude. Brutal. Now, listen, I was waiting for you, Shane, to tweet at me and say something, but I'm glad you spared me. You let me live. Okay,
I let you live.
because you knew you had no reason to start talking because you went 1-3. So,
But last week you were all I'm 4-0. I'm 4-0.
yo, you know what's crazy though is was it this week when you went 1-1 and you were bragging about how Shane
I
was
was
back?
I was live. I was live, bro. I was so live because I at least thought I was going to be 2-2. I thought I was going to be 2-2. I knew my Woods were going to lose, but I picked them anyway. And I thought I knew the Atlas were going to win. So I was like, yeah, I'm 2-2. No problem. No problem.
No, well, it didn't work out in
Wrong.
your favor at all. So
It didn't work out for anybody, dude.
didn't work out. So you guys all went 1-3, and I'm the only one who went 0-4, which puts me in third place. Diggs is still behind me by 1 point. Now, Brian, this
Oh,
is
so Shane and I are still tied, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Brian, this is probably your roughest week on fantasy. You're 18th in fantasy lacrosse right now.
I went from 2 to 8, bruh, because I started Shelly and Jeff T at the same time. Shelly gave me 0. Like
Oh,
I'm not to the point where I'm about to be tweeting because tweeting dudes like, why did you didn't give me enough of my fantasy? I was so mad though. Bro, after the Atlas loss, I was so done with fantasy. I didn't, bro.
Bro, you were
Like my girl was looking at
you
me
were
like, you okay? Like I was so mad, bro.
I didn't hear a word from you all weekend after the Atlas loss.
I was so, because I'm that dude. Like my fantasy team, like if people look, my fantasy team on Tuesday is so much different than what it is on Friday night, and I was bad. So shout out Shayla, because he was like, "Yo, you got to just stick with your gut." Because I had Graham Bundy and Connor Kelly were my midfielders to start. Then I was like, nah, because I know. Then I'm like, nah, I'm gonna take out Graham Bundy and Connor Kelly. I'm gonna put Zach Carrier, and I forgot who the other person was, but I was just like playing around with stuff, and everybody that went off was everybody that I had in my all the midfielders because I had Connor Kelly and Graham Bundy for probably from Tuesday to Thursday were my guys, and then because I can't just
that's crazy.
I
I mean,
over
this was my first weekend or where I actually put Jeff Teat on my team. I'm like, there's gonna be one day he can't put up these numbers. But I finally bought in. And took Jeff Teat. This dude got
everybody picks Jeff T, yo. Like everybody in fantasy does.
Yeah, this guy.
It's he's supposed to be a guaranteed bucket.
How many points did he get you this week? He got me 9 points this weekend, and I spent 50 coins on him. No return of investment in there, or a return on investment right there. I did pick up Levi, and this is when I really need to start looking at their game day rosters because I picked up somebody who wasn't even on their game day rosters. So got 0 points out there. But you live and you learn. Like I should just pick up more Rutgers guys because Colin Kurse gave me the most points. 35.
You'd have had a day with Shane Knobloch too.
I would have. So the person who came in first place this weekend was the homie John Guggs with 198 points.
Yeah, he DM'd me too. He was letting me know. I was like, yeah, that's a good dude, man. I like that.
He did that. He did that
funny.
with Jeff Teat on his team. He had Jules, Jeff,
wow,
Connor Kelly, Tom Schreiber, Ajax Zapatella, Liam Enterman, and Trevor Baptiste, and he absolutely killed it. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Shout out Guggs. Good dude.
Yeah,
that's
shout out to
homie.
Guggs, yo. Loyal listener. We got to get it on NCAA too. All right.
Yo, I'm not getting it. He tried to talk me into it. Not doing it, man. Shaking my relationship. Not doing
Good way
it.
to lose $800 on a system, the game, and an EA membership. But hey, man,
I won't do it.
We work hard for a reason, right?
All right. Absolutely.
Facts.
Last thing for today. Oh, no, not the last thing. Screw that. Let's move on to the questions, all right? I see some of the questions my boys ask me. They're so stupid in this thing, bro. All right. Let me get a good one. All right, what's your 2024 PLL championship prediction?
Ooh.
We know
what's coming back, baby.
Oh my God, Shane. I'll go. I'm gonna go Archers and Cannons.
Oof. Damn, I might have to double on that one. That's a good pick. That's a real good pick.
Atlas Archers, Atlas win it all.
I'm gonna go.
Seem like you're about to say something stupid.
I'm gonna
know it. I already know, bro. You're thinking too hard.
Slightly contrarian, but I think it's a sleeper idea there too. I'm gonna go Chaos Archers.
Chaos Archers. Okay.
Archers take it.
It's funny though because
Wait,
it's not a crazy pick.
Do they have it set up
last week?
They play each other no, they can't because they play each other in the Western
can't.
Conference Finals.
That's so crazy.
I know because it's the Carolina thing. You would have put Carolina. Yeah, I got you because you think.
Wait,
yeah.
is there a way though? I thought Joe Keegs told me there was a way for like two teams from the same conference could essentially play each other in the championship. I don't know if it's the three best teams from each division or the six best teams in the league. Does that make sense?
I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was Eastern Western.
I'm not sure.
I would have. Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Because I mean, if the six best teams in the league, four of them are from the West or two of them from the East, then it's possible, you know. But
yeah.
All right. Now, this is a good one. Terry O'Laughlin, Dominican University alum. Oh yeah, there it is. Dominican University alum. My old coach is there now. He said, "Would Brennan O'Neill have been an all-star if it wasn't fan voted? Would Brennan O'Neill have been an all-star if it wasn't fan voted?"
No. There's like 3 or 4 dudes that wouldn't have been if it wasn't fan votes. And there's no shade on Brennan. Just he had to what Scotty was saying all the way up into the All-Star game. He had the one good quarter. A dude that has 9-10 points isn't necessarily an all-star. Just in terms of by definition, which you would claim to be an all-star.
What's up, Shane? You seem like you're about to go crazy. What?
I think how many weekends has it been before All-Star Weekend? What, 4 weekends, 5 weekends?
Yeah, it's 5.
And he had 5 weekends. He had a couple of good games, normal games. He had a breakout game. He wasn't like completely quiet. He just wasn't like, the same dominant. I would say, I think he still does. I also just don't know a scenario where the first round draft pick doesn't get into the All-Star weekend.
Oh yeah, facts.
Regardless, but I think they. What's funny is like I think he should have, but I don't think he shouldn't have. I think he shouldn't have at the same time because his game is not like I don't know if I want to. Like he can do crazy things. I don't know if he can do crazy things just like I just don't see him being like flashy. Like Connor Fields can be in an all-star weekend because he's going to do something like crazy, stupid, and fun, and it's going to be like, wow. But I just don't see that being Brennan's like that doesn't seem to be Brennan's temperament. He just doesn't seem to be like I'm going to try something stupid here. I think he does things because he thinks that they're gonna work, and he's like, this is effective for him.
It's a tough question. Like I'm looking at his stats right now. Like I can see it going either way. Like you look at it,
yeah.
I'm just looking at his stats at face value. Game 1, 2 points. Game 2, 9 points. Game 3, 2. Game 4, 0 points.
Yeah, and that's what I was going. And again, he's that dude. But to like Shane said, though, it's like the thing where it's a 10-game season. He played 4 games. Like it's kind of hard. But and I just say that because it's like let's just say there wasn't an injury. Like should Brennan O'Neill have been an all-star over like a Xander Dixon? Different conferences, but I'm just saying, just like in general, when you're like comparing their stats as attacking, but also like but again, somebody could say, well, the Atlas played more games.
I think Xander Dixon should have been in no matter what. I think it's crazy that he got snubbed in the first place.
Yeah, that's a solid question. I'm not sure what I would go with there.
Yeah.
Man. I'm like
that's a good question.
How many attackmen did they put in the All-Star game? I don't even know. It's like, is he a top 10 attackman like to that point? To All-Star weekend? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like that's where I'm at. I'm like, at that point, did I think he was a top 10 attackman? No. But was he the most recognizable name? Definitely. And I think what Terry is asking is, if it wasn't fan voted though, would he have been an all-star? And I'm like, I could kind of see it going.
It's a genuinely great question too.
Yeah.
Genuinely great question.
All right. Next one is, one person asked me, can I string a head for them? No, absolutely not. I don't even know how to. Do you guys know how to
Hey,
string a head?
hit Coach Shane, man. Hit Coach Shane. I give you something, man. I give you something that you should definitely hide from a ref. I'll tell you that.
How about you, Brian? Do you know how to string?
Not anymore. I taught myself how to string in high school, and I strung my stick in college.
With the leather?
But they
That's crazy. That's crazy. He caught a stray and he was about to answer it so earnestly, too. He was like, Yo, me personally, Brian, I wouldn't stand for that, but you should. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm messing.
Brian's plotting your demise right now, dude.
I'm laughing because, like, in fourth grade when I got my first stick, from, he played at Virginia, Tommy Smith from Syracuse. He recently passed away, RIP, because his parents and my grandmother were super good friends. So I got my first stick, and it was a traditional stick.
Oh my
God, that's crazy.
But yeah, this is the late '90s, so yeah, like it was.
Oh man.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, that is funny. That is funny. I think, okay, all right. And the last thing for today, here we go. What PLL player are you letting grab aux? Now, Shane, I feel like this is a big one for you because you're a DJ.
Correct.
Oh, I know who I'm picking.
You guys want to do one
Correct.
pick, or do you want to do like two picks?
I'll do two. Let's do two picks.
All right. All right.
I got my two.
Shane, I went first once. Brian went first once. So you can go first this time.
Okay. All right. So I think first person who I would like to have on the aux is probably Trevor Baptiste.
I knew it. I
feel like Trevor.
What are the odds that this list is not just all black people?
And well, don't wait on it, because my second one might surprise you.
Okay.
Spoiler, both of mine are brothers. Yep.
Shane, you picked Trevor. I knew Trevor was going to be one of the picks. All right.
I just feel like he's goofy enough. He's probably got some heat.
He's got some heat. He probably has range because he's a suburban black kid too. So, he has some fire house music too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying. I know what you know. I know what I'm saying too.
Nah, come on, man. I'm with it.
All right, Brian. You over there dying. I'm gonna let you go make this next pick. Go ahead, Brian.
First pick, all ox from the California Redwoods, the Kai Montgomery.
Hey, he's a Dallas kid too.
If you saw his relaxing with with Cart, like he giving you yay, he giving you the Wu-Tang. He be tweeting stuff from Griselda, that's upstate New York. So yeah, my guy Nakai, absolutely all team first ox.
I know Nakai's playing that D-Town, that Dallas swag. I'm already
some Slim Thug, yeah.
He's playing. Hey, whoa, Slim Thug is Houston. All right, I'm a Texas boy, but that Dallas swag, that D-Town Dallas, he's got some chopped and screwed in there, no question. But I guarantee you, he's got some. I'm already knowing. I bet you. Hey, if you ever see Nakai Montgomery, ask him if he's got some Young Nation in his ox. Just ask him. He'll know. He better know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it called? I'll text him right now.
Young Nation.
Young Nation.
Yeah. YUNG Nation.
All right. I'll text him. I got to make my pick right now. My pick is gonna be Miles Jones.
Okay.
Saw that coming.
Okay. Yeah.
For obvious
I
reasons.
actually tried to avoid saying Miles Jones, but then I was like, Trevor.
Yeah. But I feel like my next pick too is gonna surprise you guys. What did Shane what did he say the band's called?
Young Nation.
Okay. All right. Dino.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Shane. You can take the next pick.
My next pick to get the Ox is Marcus Holman.
Oh, God damn it, dude.
I feel like Marcus Holman has got some heat house music. I guarantee you he's also got some good trap music too. I guarantee you. He's got some. I don't need, it doesn't even matter, bro. Off of energy alone, I'm already knowing he's got something in there.
No, that's a fire pick. That's a fire pick. Oh man, I'm tight. I'm tight because that was my pick.
Yeah.
Marcus. All right.
Marcus.
You said Young what?
Young Nation.
All right, go ahead. Brian.
So we in the locker room with New York Atlas, aka the Upstate Bulls, about to play. Hey yo, Kobe Smith, come get the Ox, my guy, Kobe Smith.
That's a good one.
That's it, bro. Kobe just cool as hell, bro. Like I just know he got the heat. He gonna play everything.
That's
But everybody gonna tap in with him. Like, yo, thank you for playing that.
That's wild. That's a good pick too, Kobe. All right, my next pick is gonna be Matt Ram. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna say Matt Rambo's for sure playing country on that thing for sure. Yeah. He's playing Zach Brown band
over the head earphones on, like Brian trying to hear it.
Yeah, bro. Makai said, "LMAO, I'm a young pimp. Of course I do."
I knew it, bro. I knew it. No way he doesn't know who Young Nation is. There's no way.
Yo, that's hilarious. Oh man, I gotta check him out. All right, the last one I'm gonna go with is Mikey Sowers. I'm gonna go with Mikey Sowers.
Really?
Yeah, Mikey
Philly
Sowers.
boy,
I've hung out with him a couple times, and I know he has some good music. I would choose him between Mikey Sowers or Connor Kelly. I feel like I always choose between them, but Mikey Sowers I feel like has some good music too. All right. So cool. That's who we got. I got to get Nakai on this show sooner or later.
100%, dude.
But there we go, boys. That is a wrap for episode 8. All right. Make sure you guys interact with the podcast at Stick Talk Lax on Instagram. And if you want to follow the boys on Instagram or Twitter, Shane is at Coach Shane Go. Brian is Brian Knows Lax, and I am at Scotty Royster or Lax Guy Scotty. All right, guys. But we'll catch you guys next time, next week. Peace out.
See you. Peace.
No adios.